Today I want to discuss what's a hot button issue, which is excessive force used by the police. Obviously in the United States, with the case of George Floyd, this is an issue which has been brought to the forefront of many people's minds, but it's also an issue that has been highlighted in Alberta with recent media on Calgary Police Services and articles on the Edmonton Police Services. Police are able to use reasonable force, as the reasonable force necessary to execute arrest under the criminal code, but they're not allowed to use as much force as they want or as they feel is appropriate. It's regulated by the criminal code. So in a case where you feel you've been a victim of excessive force, meaning they went beyond what was reasonable to arrest you in the circumstances, you have to claim this, and you have to make an argument in front of the court that the police abused their power, went too far, and harmed you. Now, how do you do this? You, one, immediately document your injuries. Two, get treatment. Go to a hospital, go to a doctor. Make sure you keep records of the treatment you receive. Keep up to date on this. This is the type of information that you're going to have to use when you go to a court. The burden lies on the person, unfortunately, who was the victim of the police violence to establish that there was excessive force. So if you don't do any of these things and you don't establish that you were injured, that you were treated for those injuries, it becomes very difficult for you in front of a judge to establish that you were a victim of excessive force. So ensure that you do all these things, keep your lawyer aware, and your lawyer will establish if the police did go beyond what was reasonably necessary to execute the arrest, that the police use excessive force, and you may very well be entitled to a remedy which could be a stay of the charges, basically resulting in the end of the prosecution and ultimately the prosecution ending against you and you walking away again without being convicted for the criminal charge which they initially sought to arrest you for. But again, document. It's critically important. Without it, you're going to have an uphill battle, and that's why right from the outset it's on you, and it's very important for you to note that you feel you've been mistreated and to establish that fact. Tell your lawyer if there's cameras in the area, get them to collect that footage, and with any luck you'll be able to obtain that footage and prove with the footage and the injuries as well that the police have gone above and beyond what was necessary, and there is remedies, and also in some instances there are civil remedies, including lawsuits, which you can pursue against the police in the event you were a victim of excessive force. Thank you. My name is Dan Murphy. I'm a criminal defense lawyer in Edmonton. I'm willing to answer any questions you may have about the use of excessive force, and can connect you with other lawyers who may be able to help you with the civil side if you have been a victim of excessive force or feel you've been a victim of the excessive use of force by police. All right, thank you and have a good day.